Good morning, everyone. How are you? Say hi. About a half hour late. Got distracted. Got other things going on. Here I am. I'm usually here 3 days a week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. How is everybody? It's also been fairly slow. This is my slow month. Slow time of year. There we go. December, January, February. Kind of slow. Give me some conversation. 855-434-8787. Show up in the YouTube chat. Say hi there. Or on Facebook at South Bay Tech Gurus. Anyway, how's it going? Obviously, you can see I actually have a project to do. And there it is. It's a desktop with overheating issues. The cooling. Yes. Show up, say hi. I knew this machine's issue before I turned it on. Its computer has some unreliable water cooling hardware in it, and it makes a rattling noise when you turn on. The machine shuts down after after a few minutes or so. And it overheats. So anyway, this is what I'm up to. Scariest 3 minutes. Oh, I'm just looking at little articles. So that's my only in-house job for the day. Generally, I show up off schedule if I have something interesting to do. No wonder the cooler is in the wrong way. Yeah. Yes, Myron. Yeah, someone put it in, and it's just bad. So, yeah. Yeah, they put it in on the side instead of in the back. So, Myron, this is what I'll be installing. Thanks for saying hi. Which camera am I looking at? There we go. Yeah, so. Yes, it's installed incorrectly, and it's bad. So, yeah, Myron, I know you. Upside down pipes to the bottom, yeah. Yeah. There are vents on the back, so it's not totally bad. There are vent holes on the other side. There. Yeah, so I think they meant well. But yeah, a professional did that. And it wasn't me. So, pipes down, yep. So, yes. That is a strange place to put the radiator, but I guess theoretically the case does have the venting for it. So anyway. Yeah, oh well. I follow a lot of professional technicians. That's just the way it is. But I happen to know that hardware, I don't know. I mean, I do enough machines to know where I've seen several of that model of cooling hardware. Still can reuse the fans as intake, yes. But obviously while I'm in there, I'm going to use the fan. I'm going to put the cooling up here, up top. So, and then yeah, we'll repurpose his other fans. Actually, he's already got 3 fans on the back. You know what? We could probably put those fans directly on the bottom, and then just use the cooling for the top. He's already got, and he's got no empty space for new fans. So, anyway. Let me modify that a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's a little high. There we go. Anyway. So that's my project for here at the shop. Don't have a whole lot going on. Slow time of year, slow end of the week. It tapers off. Monday is the busiest day. Sunday's a natural day off. So how are you, Myron? You want a phone call? You want to say hi? Give me something to talk about? I try to give away maybe 10 or 20 minutes at least if I don't have a whole lot going on. You know I'm moving my office eventually, right? Why not at back? What? It's a 120. What do you mean by why not at back? Ah, it's a 120A all-in-one. No. Who's texting me? Hold on, I have to respond to this text. Hi, it's Jim, Michelle. We bought her another desktop computer and it needs to be moved over. Are you bringing it back to me? I'm here now. There, yes, wants to. Why not at back the cooler? No, I'm sorry. Can you put that in a complete sentence? I'm lost. Sorry, Myron. Yeah, I can put those fans on those on the grill that the fans in the radiator are covering now, and then I've got a top the case on top has a traditional venting. I can repurpose or place the radiator where it's supposed to go. I'm responding for a text. Responding to a text. So anyway, if you've never been here before, this is just an IT guy from Los Angeles. We're looking for some conversation. We can talk about anything you want. And that's about it. 855-434-8787. If you're out of the country, say hi through Facebook Messenger. I'll answer that. How is everyone? You said you were installing the... why not at the back? It doesn't really matter. I traditionally install it on the top. Yeah, I could do it either way. I mean, it's got holes for... I don't know if the ventilation being a double... Yeah, the back or... I've got options. Yes, I can do the back. We'll see how long the plumbing is, how much distance or length I have. Yeah, the back here. Yeah, I'll just repurpose that. You know what? No, I can repurpose that fan and put that up top. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen one purposed on the side like that. I've only seen it up top or in the back. That's why I didn't realize. Technically, it's got the vented on the side. The venting. Okay, I need your address, please. It will be between 12 and noon. We are over in the LA Strip with appraisal. Okay, cool. 350 North Sepulveda, Manhattan. There we go. I'm still getting used to it. It's very temperamental. Oh. Want to see my new computer I built today? It's about 4K. Yeah, go ahead. You gonna text it or send a link? Yeah, let's see what you got. Why is it so temperamental? Is it overclocked? What's making it temperamental? Is it shutting down or is it freezing or what? What do you mean you're getting used to it because it's temperamental? How is a machine you have temperamental? Yeah, I want to know what machine you have and what's making it temperamental. Is it only crashing when you're working it out? Yes, I do. need help. Her help reinstalling the programs she needs. All right, yes. Oh, you sent me. Okay. You know, I need, see, that's the thing. I can't show anyone in the chat room what you're sending me. What would you suggest we do about that? How should I, the pictures that you send me, how can I show that easily? Nice. Well, I'm sure that RTX was the bulk of that $4,000, right? I'm still getting, it's just very modern parts with no real backing. What do you mean by temporarily? Oh, you got your i9. How is it temperamental? What do you mean no backing? What'd you pay for that RTX? Ooh, yeah. See, we can't show anyone else in the chat. Okay, hold on. Save them to, yeah, that's just something I have to do. I'm trying to, I wish there was an easier way to do this. Here, let's see here. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Okay, fine. That means I got to open up Facebook browser, grab the photos from Facebook. Let's see here. Facebook Messenger. All right, let's see here. You know what I could do? Oh, I can just do that. All right. Well, that's one at a time. Let me see if I can do this. Let's see if I can figure out an easy way. Let's do this. Forward. What kind of options do we have when I forward? I can't forward outside of Nope, that's just to keep it in. All right, let's see how this works. Let's go back. Let's see here. And yeah, I'm doing it. Display capture. Oh, there we go. Nope. Hi. Here we are.
There we go. You good?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm in OBS sharing the desktop.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see here.
Quite a delay.
Yeah, I don't know how delayed it is. Is it what, more than 30 seconds?
Yeah, it's a little bit, but also I can't see your desktop. I can just see, like, it just looks a mess.
Right. Let's see here. Doing this on the fly is tricky. Display capture.
Would have been better if you, just made a whole new scene. Just copied the scene, then removed all the stuff, and then just did desktop capture.
Right.
So you still have your audio.
Yeah, new scene. I don't know if is that easy to do while I'm still attached, or do I need to do that and reconnect?
No, you just do it while you're
Okay, let's
try. Live.
New scene, all blank.
Yeah.
And now
and then just
add
the desktop.
add my sources. No, not new scene. I got my scene. Oh, actually, yeah, I do need a new scene. New scene. Temporary. Done. Okay, and then add new source. Okay, good, got it. Okay, and now source new desktop. Essential sources, general sources. I want to do window capture. No, I want to do desktop display capture.
Yeah.
Add source. There we go.
Now I got
There we go. Now I got the duplicate. All right. Okay, so now if I go back to the browser, there. Does that work?
It's still loading up.
Oh, it's still. Well, I'm still stuck on an infinite OBS. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, there you go.
All right.
You just need to now you need to scale it better. So
Yeah.
fit to source.
Yeah. Okay. So now, how do I do that? Oh, well, we'll just do this. Let's see if I can. There. What do you see?
I see. It's quite well. I mean, I don't see half your screen because it's so big.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if you lagged. Let's see if you're more than 10 to 20 seconds lagged. Let's see. Let me go to my YouTube. Doing all this on my own without help is just so. All right. I still. You know what? I don't think it's showing on the live feed. I still have. I don't know if I've also got the same amount of lag as you, even though I'm right here.
You just click on your OBS desktop window, then just go fit to.
Oh, you know what I can do? I got two screens attached. Let me just do this. There we go. Ah, there we are. Yeah, that's easy enough. I just put OBS on the second screen.
Right.
Yeah, now do you see your hardware?
Not really, because you need to fit the display capture to the OBS screen.
Well, hold on. Give it a second. Let me try this again. Let's see here. Let me start over. YouTube. There we are. Yeah. It was laggy. All right.
Have you got the full desktop capture now?
Well, yeah. I think I got your. I got the i9, the ROG Sticks gaming graphics card box, and the Z690. Yeah. So it is showing.
I just want to help you fix your display capture because it's bugging me.
Yeah. Well, when I'm not doing it on the fly, we can. Let me see here.
Right click on your OBS where it shows my stuff on your other monitor.
Okay.
And then go fit to something. It says fit on it.
Where am I looking? I can drag it to where I want, but where are you talking? If I go to the scene or the display capture?
So right click on the window in the middle.
Yeah.
Like it's where it says shows my stuff here, and then it says fit to window.
Oh,
or fit to something.
let me see. Filters, rename, remove, hide, group, transform, invert selection, select all, copy. I don't see.
Transform.
Oh, let me see if there's a transform. Oh yeah, transform. There. And then fit, flip, rotate, center, stretch, fit to screen. There we are. Ah.
Yeah.
All right. Did that fix it?
Hopefully, when the lag catches up, you should be able to see your whole desktop now.
Yes, you do.
There we go. Yes, that's what I've been doing.
Got it.
It's temperamental though.
Oh, right.
Because it's so new.
Oh, that feature that we just did is brand new.
No, not.
Oh, your computer. You're talking about your computer hardware. It's temperamental.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, is it when you say it's temperamental? Is it actually crashing?
Yeah, it's just so modern. Like it's just it's so new. Like,
So the drivers are sort of beta, is what you're telling me.
the whole thing is a beta, right?
Right. Which Windows are you using?
You have to use Windows 11 for the 12th Gen i9.
Wow. So you actually are required to use 11 now. Wow. All right.
Yeah, because it's got it kind of works like the Apple one, the Apple M1.
Oh, okay. So did they upgrade?
Efficiency cores and performance cores.
Yeah.
So Windows 11 only knows how to deal with those cores.
Right.
Yeah, so that's one issue. Is that's so new. It's got to work out if you need a performance core or an efficiency core.
Right.
But then also the motherboard is just temperamental, like the BIOS. You can't overclock the i9.
Okay.
12 gen because it just draws so much power, and then it makes so much heat that you just can't get rid of the hot air.
Right.
So
Wow.
you're basically, it is overclocked out the box essentially.
Got it.
You've got like a full, like you've got like 3 radiators. You can't really go much higher than what it's stock at.
Right.
And then the motherboard is DDR5, but it's like it's just so new that none of the drivers or anything understand with Windows.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically, I don't know what the word would be, but it's like, it's more advanced. Like, it took me a good hour to get Windows on it because it just wouldn't turn on.
Right. Wow.
It was doing all kind of weird things. And the graphics card, you need to enable restartable bar to access like the high performance memory that you pay for.
Right.
People don't bother doing it, but you basically don't get the card if you don't do it.
Got it.
To enable that, you have to enable this 4G decode thing.
Right.
In the BIOS, but if the BIOS keeps crashing, it doesn't save the feature.
Right.
Yeah. So it's all just like and then actually using Windows is a different thing now.
Right.
It all kind of feels new and like it's not quite there.
Okay.
Like just like little things, you know.
Okay, so you did all the Windows updates, and then you went straight to like NVIDIA or GeForce, the Asus drivers, and then you get the.
Going through the Windows 11 setup screen, it only give me one button.
Right.
So I'm not using that. So
Are you?
with limited setup, even though it had internet anyway.
Are you using the Pro version of Windows or the regular home version?
The Pro. You got to use the Pro with some cores.
Wait, so as far as I know, tell me what features you get with Windows Pro versus Home, or what?
It allows you to do like hyper-threading. It allows you to do virtualization. It allows you to go above the 6-core limit.
Oh, all right. So okay. So it is a performance upgrade. It's not just like BitLocker and domain support for a corporate environment.
No, it's got like actual stuff in the system that you need.
Right.
It's all painful. And then another thing, trying to get XMP to work because this RAM is at 5,600.
Right.
That's really fast.
Yeah.
Trying to get that to work sensibly is just a nightmare.
Wow.
And then also the other thing is you've got noise. It's not a quiet computer by any means.
Right. So so you think some of that noise is coming from the 3 fans on the card, on the video card?
Well, here's the thing. I'm plugged into that AMD like 4K G-Sync 120 Hz gaming TV essentially.
Right.
So I'm trying to run like Warzone on that, and I'm getting 100 frames at max 4K settings.
Right.
Amazing.
Wow. Yeah. 100 frames. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Which the card actually pushes out around 85 degrees.
Right.
That's just our card, and then the CPU is around 75.
Yeah.
You've got all of that blowing out the top, right? It's loud.
Right.
But gameplay, that's a different story. I mean, it looks amazing. It's doing everything, right?
Yeah. If you're getting 100 frames a second, what are you playing? What games are you playing?
Warzone.
What?
Warzone.
Oh, Warzone. Right. Yeah, I just started tinkering with.
Just Warzone.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. It's and power consumption is another one.
Right. You know, it sounds like a joke, but here in California, because we're so locked down, there's computers you can't even buy in California because they're so power hungry.
Yeah.
It's a stupid joke. It's like, oh, really? I can buy it in Nevada or any other part of the country, but California thinks it's being green by not giving me my powerful computer.
Right. Well, this computer, if I play a game on it, will easily draw like 900 watts.
Right.
Out the wall.
Wow.
But the TV.
Right.
So, yeah, it's temperamental. Like, even if you're doing like Edge or Seconds or anything, you can feel it's like trying to understand what to do.
Right.
It doesn't. If you do it on like a 9th gen or something, it's like, oh, it understands because that's like older hardware. It's like tuned to that.
Right.
Because this is just so new, it doesn't understand quite how to work. Like, it wouldn't even understand how to get the time.
Wow.
It wouldn't sync up because it just wasn't. Yeah, just a nightmare, mate.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you figured out all those problems to finally get it to load. Or like, what when you first turned it on, was it just a blank screen?
Nothing.
Wow. So did you? What was the first thing you troubleshooted, or what's?
Well, this motherboard I've got is like a £600 motherboard.
Yeah.
So it's got like a little screen on it. It tells you a number.
So you get the error code that tells you what hardware is suspicious.
Yeah. The thing is, it wasn't reading it properly. It kept saying 0B or D.
Right.
But I looked up the postcode and it wasn't there. Just that wasn't an option.
So that was its own error code. Yeah. It was giving you an error you didn't understand. Right.
And neither did the manual understand it.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Right.
And because it's so new, there's no information online.
Right.
So basically, I was like, well, we're going back to basics. Let's move the RAM over.
Right.
I got a different number. But then I looked at the back and there's like this Q flash button.
Right.
So I had to put the BIOS on a memory stick, change all the format of that. You plug it in a special USB port which says BIOS on it.
Right.
And you hit the BIOS Q flash button and it updates the BIOS without you having user input.
Right.
So yeah, it's a £4,000 task and a half basically.
Right. Wow. That sounds like fun though. I mean, you got it going, and I tell people to expect 5 years out of their hardware. I mean, I don't know, practically speaking, if you use it, a gaming piece of hardware, if it actually gets that long. I mean, after about 5 years, you're due for replacement regardless.
It depends.
Yeah.
There's lots of variables to it, right? I mean,
right.
What screen they're playing at, what if they're G-Sync, FreeSync, what game, what... It, even comes down to the hard drive. Like,
right. Oh, yeah.
Well, you could play Warzone.
It all depends on where your bottlenecks are. Your bottlenecks could be in various places.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I just started playing with Microsoft Flight Simulator on a year-old, what is it, it's a GTX 1650 powered laptop. It's an entry-level gaming rig. The Lenovo gaming pad, Idea Pad Gaming. I think I paid like $700 for it. But it runs Flight Simulator at a playable rate, but obviously it's not the best performer. I'm kind of wondering how well Microsoft Flight Simulator behaves on your rig.
It would be flawless, right? I mean, because it's the best of the best, right?
Right. I would imagine you don't have any interest in that. You can't really play it without a proper yoke, or at least a flight stick.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I can play with the Xbox controller.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's...
whatever game I'm going to play on this, it's just going to work, like, flawlessly. And if I'm getting 100 frames at max set, that's without DLLS, by the way.
Right.
So that's not with NVIDIA's optimization if you don't know how to set up a PC properly.
Right.
So we're pushing the boundaries on what there is now, really.
Right, physics are being pushed, right, because I physically, I don't know if they're going to, like, double deck. I remember when they were talking about putting circuitry on top of other circuitry because, geographically speaking, making a chip was either going to literally have to go up or sprawl out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so how many times can you do that before it's not practical? I mean, I don't know.
There's some people on Amazon in the reviews for this stuff I bought saying you're going to have to upgrade it for like 6 to 7 years.
Right.
But truth is, i9 9900K with 3600 megahertz of RAM and, the best motherboard you could get at the time. And it'd still be perfectly fine for someone today, but if you're trying to do 4K at max, you need this type of stuff.
Right.
But if you're trying to do like 1080p at max, it's just going to fly.
Right.
Old hardware.
Well, obviously, hardware allows us the ability to do graphics, and I like Flight Simulator. That's just one example where if you have the latest and greatest, now you have more horsepower to mess with. So let's double up on everything. The polygon count and the color supporting, the driver direct stack that is going to get upgraded. You're just going to get upgrades in all directions because the hardware allows for it, and the programmers are going to aim for what the latest availability is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Biggest issue at the minute there is it's just so temperamental.
Right. Yeah, but I think
you haven't touched this type. I mean, most people haven't.
yeah,
So much money, right?
no, I don't deal with very expensive machines. I deal with like $1,000 rigs. I think the most expensive hardware I've seen recently is like $2,000 in total. But yeah,
Yeah, but it's got 10 gig Ethernet as well.
right,
That's a thing that's now on 12th gen. I tried that today, and that crashed.
right,
So that network driver it's not there yet. So back to 1 gig. It's got what else have I got? I've got dual USB-Cs,
right,
something or other, and then it's got like 5 M.2 slots.
right.
Yeah, I mean it's just crazy powerful.
Cool.
It's
So-
just so buggy.
Well, maybe in 3 months or so you'll have more up-to-date drivers, both in Windows and the exclusive hardware drivers.
Hopefully, I'm already above most people because most people don't turn on that resizable bar,
Right.
and that allows you to actually use the graphics card to its full potential.
Well, what's the date on the BIOS?
It's 2 days, so it came out 2 days ago.
All right, so yeah, you're gonna have to wait at least another couple months before that gets an update. Well, have you noticed it to be more reliable since you've updated it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I
Right.
built it yesterday.
Okay, so yeah, you have to wait and see. Oh, wait, so if it's a 2-day-old BIOS, got it. Yeah.
Well, no, I built it yesterday, but I had no RAM,
Right.
and then RAM came today, and then as soon as I put it in, we had a power cut.
Right.
So that was really annoying. That lasted about 3 hours.
Got it.
Yeah, so I've only had it on for about, I don't know, 4 hours.
Is it plugged into a line conditioner?
No, it's just plugged in the wall, but I've got one of these, like, the power supplies. It's got all that shit in it, pretty much.
Wait, when you say the power supply, what's it plugged into?
Just in the wall.
Oh, straight into the wall, yeah, so you don't have a line conditioner. So, okay.
No, I don't have a battery thing, no.
Right. Well, no, they have line conditioners where it cleans up the power a bit too. It's not it's a little it's separate from a battery backup. I mean, battery backups have entry level line conditioning in them, but there's also line conditioners you can buy that clean up the power just a bit. I mean, it's not a huge improvement, but it's a little bit to alleviate some of the dirty noise that gets pushed into delicate hardware like computer electronics.
I see.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to noise, you should hear what this thing sounds like when you actually use.
Does it sound like a jet engine? Yeah.
It wheels. It's like because it's drawing so much power.
Right. Do the do the fans on the graphics card stop when it's at idle?
No, it doesn't. Not as strict.
Right.
No.
Wow.
It's always spinning.
Well, you're able to manipulate that too manually, right?
You probably wouldn't want to.
Right. Well, if you were just doing desktop, so if you were just doing general office work, you might, right?
No, it won't. It physically won't allow you to.
All right.
Stop the fan.
Well, I mean, not necessarily off, but I mean, they're like a rheostat, so that like a car at idle doesn't necessarily spin its fan up.
There's a switch on the card that says like Q for like quiet mode.
Right.
But it basically clocks the card back to a normal 3080 rather than the highest clocked version you can get.
Right.
So, is what it is.
Right.
I have a screensaver on at the minute. Well, I did have.
Yeah.
The CPU is at 36 degrees.
Right.
And the graphics card is pulling 128 watts.
Right.
And it's at 46 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah. I think for general tasks, I'd just use my laptop.
Right. I'm about due to build myself my own computer because, like, I got a 5 or 6 year old Dell that's probably an entry level $500 or $600 computer. That's powering YouTube, and I just think as an enthusiast, I'm due for a real desktop. It's been so long since I've built my own personal computer. I'm like the shoe repairman with holes in his shoes. So yeah, I'm helping everyone else. I haven't really built myself anything in recent years.
Yeah.
That laptop I bought was like 6 months ago, so that was like my portable work machine. So I had something with legacy ports. It's got one USB-C for modern usage, and then I needed my Ethernet so I can physically plug in, but I also carry a USB to Ethernet adapter. And then my USB-A has got two USB-As, and actually I might have three. I don't have it with me. But anyway, I really just needed a big old brick of a computer to use as a work computer to take to the clients' homes.
Yeah. And that's the one with the 1650 in it, is it?
Yeah, that's the what is it? The Lenovo gaming pad, is that what they call it? 3.
Yeah, it's for light work. But the issue is you're limited to that 4 gig of VRAM. That's what I don't like about the 1650s.
Right.
So that's going to be your issue.
Yeah, that's actually the only. Since I'm not really a gamer, I figured, it's an entry-level gaming rig. That's the only reason I actually bought Microsoft Flight Simulators, because like, okay, fine, now I got something that might be able to power it. So it's playable. I mean, obviously it's not the most fluid experience, but if I dumb down the graphics, it's definitely playable. And I did get a real yoke so I can actually play with it. And I have like 18 hours in a real plane, so eventually I'll get back into it when I get situated, and I can justify flying around in circles without actually wanting to make a career out of it.
You got to build something like this.
What?
You got to build something like what I've built.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm going to spend $4,000, but
Well, I mean, $4,000, Dick. Yeah, I've spent quite a fair amount over 16 months.
Right.
But I built the old one, which wasn't old at all.
Right.
But I built that one to the best you could do.
Right.
And then upgraded from a 3070 to a Strix. That was 1.4.
Right.
K.
Yeah.
And then I went to a 3080, which was 1.7.
Got it.
Yeah. In the space of 16 months.
Right.
Yeah. It's bad.
Well,
Bad.
how many desktops do you generally bounce between?
Well, I've only got one now.
All right.
No need to have. Well, this type of them, there's no need to have
Right.
any more.
Is your only laptop the only laptop you use that Apple you said you got?
Yeah, I've got the MacBook. I don't know, 2019. No, 2019, 15 inch.
Have you had any issues with it? A lot of people have been coming to me with graphics issues. With the.
I solved mine. I bought mine. I took it apart. I redid thermal paste and put fan control and just revved the fans to 5,000 all day.
Got it. So
and
that's.
It sits at like 36 degrees all
Yeah.
the time.
So you cheated because the normal usage that wasn't getting enough cooling, and the graphics, and you got the flex gate issue and then overheating issues. Yes.
No. I bought it and about £1,000, and basically I was like, right, this is coming apart. So I took it apart, didn't even turn it on, and then just redid thermal paste.
Right.
And installed Mac, and then the first thing I did was fan control, both sides 5,000, and it's lovely.
I bet. Yeah, no, the flex gate was an issue for that. I think that was the model year. I guess if you use it as a laptop, and it only takes so many opens and closes before the cable chafes and breaks.
Really?
Yeah, but I'd imagine you use it mostly as a desktop, so you don't open and close it that often?
No, actually, I use it as a laptop.
Okay, well, I guess most of the people that are affected are the ones that are actually like road warriors, opening it and closing it relatively often.
Yeah.
I guess because it's a cable issue, if you use it like a desktop, you don't really incur that issue.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a class action lawsuit here in the States. So I don't know if it was an international case, but technically someone pushed the legal paperwork, and they're trying to get everyone paid a few bucks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, I guess heat comes into that with that cable.
Yeah, well, heat's always an issue. Heat's going to degrade anything. That's why I don't work on really old machines. Sometimes people bring me an iMac that's from 2010. It's like, why? You can't run the latest system, and then all the plastics in there they're so brittle because of all the heat cycling that it's no longer. I mean, you literally bump it and a piece of plastic breaks, then it's totally unrelated from the repair you really want to do. And then, of course, no one wants to hear, oh, your machine can't run the latest browser because this thing only goes to Catalina or whatever the latest hardware will support.
Yeah.
I tell people that's why Apple no longer supports machines after about 5 or 6 years. If you can't run the latest OS, you are out of date. You literally cannot even surf the web securely or reliably.
Understand.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
that's...
nothing wrong with an old iMac, though. You can still use it as a good target display, whatever it's called.
Yeah, you turn on an iMac into a screen, yes. Occasionally I have people asking me about that. But ultimately, as a computer as a whole, that is what makes an older Mac obsolete. Unless you're just going to use it for personal word processing, and if you have your own media you play and use it as a data server, I guess you could do that. But as far as just general surfing around the web, it becomes obsolete as soon as you can't install the latest Chrome, Firefox, or Safari, obviously. So.
Yeah, then you're stuck.
Yeah.
Well, every Mac I've ever owned, I've always done the thermal paste on it.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, they are a hot running machine. I don't know how...
Yeah.
They don't seem to have overheating issues as often as... I don't know if you follow Louis Rossmann on YouTube.
I don't...
Yeah, I send him work. He's in New York. If you can handle him talking about his politics. But he talks about how Apple refuses to fix stupid problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, he's a rock star. He's I think he's got millions of viewers on YouTube, and he talks about the stupid mistakes Apple just refuses to deal with.
Does.
Yeah. I don't know if these M1s are going to be more reliable, and maybe that's why they dragged their feet, knowing they were going to go with the M1 in recent years.
Well, you own the M1 Mini, don't you?
I have the M1 Mini, yes. And the Minis have never been known to be an unreliable computer. It's just the laptops.
Yeah, I ditched my Mini.
Yeah, I got my 2012 that still won't die. I got my 2012. I remember upgrading that. That's got the that one goes to Catalina. So I think at this point it still takes. It might not anymore, but the latest browser or whatever. But yeah, it's just laying around.
You could still do a patch on it. You could get it higher.
Oh really? So there's what kind of patch?
Well, you can get them up to quite high if they need the metal support.
Well, what patch are you speaking of? Do you go into the terminal and inject an Apple patch or a browser patch?
It's like the make a bootable stick, and then it's just got some code that it tells it it's a different comma, and it just knows. It does a load of kex files and things.
So you lie about what version of the OS is installed by injecting identifier, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
You manipulate the identifier. Yes. Got it.
So yeah, you could do that and get it higher, but I mean with Intel graphics you'd be probably quite limited.
Right, since now technically Intel hardware is obsolete, since M1 seems to be such a...
I'd be surprised how quick that Mac I have is. Like, if you've got... The thing is though, most people don't install the switcher for the graphics card.
Yeah.
So basically they let the Mac determine if it uses Intel for that app or it uses AMD for that app.
Yeah.
So I've actually set mine to always use the AMD card because that's what I bought.
Right.
And I want it to use that because it's more powerful.
Yeah.
So the battery life sucks, but I mean I get a really powerful Mac now because I'm not letting Apple determine if I'm meant to use integrated graphic or dedicated.
Right.
But then I guess if I was on the move, I'd probably want battery, but then I'd just use my iPhone, so it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
TV's complaining at me.
Yeah?
Yes, it's no LED. It's like this image has been on too long. Well, do something else then.
Right.
Do you mess with TVs a lot?
I hang them. I hung one yesterday. I did the second generation of the Samsung frame, and it pissed me off because it's a two-piece. The mount is a two-piece. I got my mom the original, the first generation frame, and it's just a single one-piece mount that takes two bolts. I thought I was gonna be in and out in like 20 or 30 minutes. Turns out I was there for like 2 hours trying to get the measurements just right. And it's not that I can't just use the template because it was a fireplace and American walls. We've got a standard of 16 inches behind the walls for the studs, but also because it's a vintage, it's like an 80-year-old building. The fireplace, the way it's constructed, we also have horizontal studs, which just throw off and not necessarily, it throws off the 16 inches and all that. So me trying to find a stud was a challenge, and I won't hang a TV unless I have access to a stud. And because it's a two-piece mount, I needed to find two studs to make sure we were safe, which is why we couldn't deal with just using the template that it came with. It came with a literal pattern. You just put the pattern on the wall, you tape, and then you put it on the wall. But their brilliance of not knowing, the Samsung's brilliance of not realizing we got a unique wall here. It's a vintage fireplace wall, so it's not a generic 16-inch studs situation, because we also want to make sure the TV is very close to very centered. And with that the implementation of a two-piece mount, you don't have as much play, because with a normal TV mount you have like almost up to a foot of screwing around, literally speaking. Obviously, if you want your TV on,
I'm worried about cracking it because it's so slim, isn't it?
cracking what?
The TV.
No, it's the frame TV is actually not that. The frame is literally it looks like the frame of a picture. So the TV is not that flimsy. Yes, if you lift it up by the corner, it will flex under its own weight. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. But once it's in the upright position, the moment isn't so bad. It's just, yeah, straight up and down, it's not that big a deal. And it's not like one of these LED TVs where the frame is basically non-existent. It's not that thin. So the frame gives you enough heft to where that's not really an issue. But yeah, that pissed me off. I gave my customer my estimation of an hour. I certainly wasn't going to screw around for 2 and then ask him for 2 or more hours of labor, thinking I was getting into a half-hour TV install. It just pissed me off because I couldn't believe that Samsung brilliantly decided to double up on the parts needed, which quadruples the amount of measuring. So next time I at least know what the frame TV now comes with. Oh, and the other thing is the mounting points on each of those, because they probably use that same hardware for the different 3 or 4 models that they have, which is each a different size. The center screw actually moves. So the screw sits in the middle, it's fixed, but there's holes. If you look, go ahead and go, let's see if I can find it. I'm going to go to Google.
Have a look, show me.
Yeah, let's go to YouTube, no, Google. Frame to, so this is what I was dealing with. Frame, Samsung, frame, 2nd gen, mounts. This is what I was dealing with. Okay, yeah, see, this is the crap we were dealing with.
Let's have a look.
Okay, you see, you can't see my arrow. I don't have my arrow.
I'm literally watching you type it into Google.
What?
I'm watching you type it into Google.
All right, you're only about 5 or 10 seconds behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the mount that pissed me off yesterday.
Let's have a look.
Yeah. This is what comes with the 2nd generation or current generation of the Samsung frame television. I spent 5 minutes realizing that those silver holes were just rivet points. I didn't realize there's no screws that are supposed to go through there.
Looks dreadful.
Yeah. Well, if you can imagine, I mean, well, in the UK, because of the way your buildings are, you don't do much TV mounting there, right?
A little bit, we do.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you don't, you're literally drilling into stone fairly often, right? Well, when I was in Scotland several years ago, I hung out with a girl, and she was at her flat, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it was, yeah, here we call it a row house. But her place was like 300 years old, and she says the reason you don't hang walls is hang TVs is because as soon as you poke into the wall, you're dealing with like hay that was used 300 years ago for insulation, so that you get all sorts of organic material that's in the wall, and now you can have who knows what might crawl out of the wall because you got mold and whatever water or moisture might have got in there over the hundreds of years.
Yeah, but also people over here because they don't actually own the house.
Oh, right. Most of their homes are rented. Got it.
Like council.
Right.
So if you end up drilling into the wall, you have to fix it, and most people just can't afford to fix it.
Right.
To actually repair the wall.
Right.
So you'll see like a lot of people don't actually put anything on their walls or do anything that requires damage to the house.
Right.
If they own the house,
right,
they usually have like a big house, and then they'll do whatever.
Or if you have what, by your standards, what I would call vintage, is a many like 1,000-year-old structure where the stone walls are actually stone. You could drill it, and if you own it, you just use. They have anchors that are designed for it that way too.
Yeah. Also, or another thing is that some of the houses have like a fake wall.
Right.
And they're just not very. The walls are like sand.
Right.
It's just not advisable. And also, people just can't be bothered over here. They just want to watch the thing, so they just dump it on the side.
Right. But there is one little trick you could do if you didn't mind it. Like my TV here, it's literally hanging from the ceiling. So it's like what you would see in a restaurant. My TV is mounted to the ceiling. So it's the way I did this is because I decided I'm not going to dedicate a special section in the shop to YouTube. I said screw it. I'm just going to do it in the middle of everything. So
well, you gotta have the beams to do it. And
yeah.
You'd be surprised over here. People cannot be bothered to do anything.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's an American culture thing. I think because the United States invented Hollywood, that's why we're so infatuated with entertainment in that aspect. That might be it.
And then also, it doesn't justify for any people to put it on the wall.
Right, because you're not necessarily gaining a whole lot. Right.
Yeah, because you haven't got the room, you haven't got the paint, you haven't got the surround sound, you haven't got any of that. You just want to, people just go buy a telly, and most of the time, the telly they buy, they don't understand, so they just buy like a Hynix or a Tesco's TV or something and just dump it on the side and be like, that's fine.
Well, that's my point. Where Americans are more enthusiastic about entertainment, and also it goes sort of the same way with cars. I mean, we're more car enthusiasts than you guys are. Yeah.
Also, no one wants to spend like 70 quid on a Blu-ray disc or the player, or it's just Amazon. You can just watch it on a tablet. So you're not gonna find home cinema over here unless you want it.
Right.
Yeah, there are people that do it. Just the majority of the people are not gonna bother.
Right.
Yeah. That's money.
Well, like I said, it's about a culmination of things that lead people to their decisions. That's not necessarily one. But hey, did the mount show up on the screen? You see what I'm dealing with?
Yeah, I've got it. It looks awful.
Yeah, so there's a bolt. You see how you got a 60-degree angle pill-shaped hole, and then that moves around. There's no way to lock that down. So what I'm guessing is that for the 3 or 4 sizes that they offer, that screw sits in a different part of that hole. And it just pissed me off because it took me, the husband and I, a half hour or more to figure out that was not making the job easier.
I see. It looks like it twivels on it.
Yeah, and then it wasn't even a 90-degree. So this thing, those screw holes, I mean the squares that are hanging, you see how they're hanging by a silver bracket in the back?
I do.
It's literally just hanging, so it's all rattly. It's not affixed. It's not screwed down. So those squares are bolted to the back of the TV, and then you hang the TV like a picture frame, and that's it. It pissed me off because my mom's frame TV, the older generation, it's just one bar. Imagine those 2 bars with all those pill-shaped holes in them as one, and then you got 2 little places where it hooks on like a frame TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was so I don't know why this costs them less money or why for marketing that this is a smarter idea, but this just added more than twice the amount of effort that it needed.
But did it look good when you done it? When you done it though?
Yeah, although there's basically a lot less. So yeah, once it's done, it's done, and then of course most of the time, because a typical mount is only one piece, you have a lot more room for flexibility. Like one of the things that I don't know if I said this earlier. Here in the States, I won't hang a TV if I don't have access to a stud. When I have, if all that piece was one piece, I could get one stud and feel very confident that in an earthquake, and that's another thing. We're in Los Angeles where earthquakes are likely. I'm not worried about the weight of the TV. I'm worried about the building shaking and throwing the thing across the room. Like we had an earthquake 30 years ago that was powerful enough to destroy half the town. So I don't want to be the last one that touches the TV when that TV literally gets thrown off the wall and hits another wall. So that's only going to be protected if you hit at least one stud. So my point is, you're only protected if you hit two studs now, because you get two pieces of material you need to grab a hold on and anchor into.
I see.
And that's why the whole template thing, they think they're doing everyone a favor with a piece of paper that's a template or a pattern. You just literally tape it to the wall.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. That template doesn't know where the studs are.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, in a focal point situation where the what's it called, the fireplace, you want that TV to be dead center as possible. Where if it was on a blank wall, it wouldn't have been nearly a big a deal.
Yeah.
So that the whole template idea is just, it works in a flat wall. But yeah, see, there you go. I just oh, you got some lag. You might not see this for about 10 seconds, but this is the position you use to actually hang the television.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Amazon and they got the different variation.
This is a sheet of paper, is it?
Well, they send you a piece of paper as a template, but it's useless if you know what's more important is finding those studs. They actually send you the these plastic grommets that you can screw into in the place of studs, but that I wouldn't consider that safe because I'm not worried about the actual weight of the TV. I'm worried about an earthquake, because an earthquake is going to exponentially project that television laterally.
Looks a dreadful mount.
Yeah, it is a stupid mount. I've never actually seen one that's two pieces like this.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah. So this is the Samsung frame. See, I'll show you the Samsung frame. Let me look up the frame. First gen mount. This is what my mom has. There. No, that's not. That's just a generic. That's just a generic. Let me see if I can recognize the actual frame. No. I like those mounts. Those are traditional mounts. Where is it? Oh, you can actually buy the Samsung frame frame to make it look more like a picture. I'm looking for the first gen. I'm not seeing it. Let me just do Samsung frame mount and see if that shows up. It's just a more simple design. I'm not seeing it. Ah, there we are. Found it. Yeah, that's it.
Got it?
Yeah.
There's some real delay on this.
Yeah, well, that's probably me. All right, my speed is 50. I'm sorry, I upgraded. It's 100 up and down.
I think it's more the PC setting, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I could probably tweak it, and then I'm dealing with a 5-year-old entry-level Dell too, so it's a culmination. It's always more than one issue.
Well, that mount looks looks alright.
Yeah, that's what came with the first generation frame. That's why I'm thinking I was going to make a quick buck off this couple, because I figured I'd be in and out in a half hour. It's so much simpler, and you're guaranteed to hit one stud in any direction because 16 inches is it. You only need to hit one stud to be safe. So yeah, I don't know why Samsung brilliantly just went from this to that bullshit, that extra part. Why they had to double up on the number of parts is just beyond me.
Mm-hmm. Are the frames any good though?
Yeah, they are very high quality, and the gimmick is that when the TV is technically off, I say that with air quotes, what it means is that you can project artwork on the screen so that it literally looks like a picture hanging.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it goes into a sleeper mode, so it's using less energy and it's not as bright. So it looks like it's a dimmed, it's almost like the backlight went out on a laptop. That's a sort of dimness, but it's not that dim, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
I see.
yeah, if you look at this frame TV, it is a nice TV. And then they have like a tiny wire that connects to the breakout box, which is where you plug all your hardware into. So it's got like 4 or 5 HDMIs, Ethernet, Wi-Fi support, optical, and whatever other input that any higher end TV would have. So yeah, it is a frame TV, so they are expecting you to plug in all the hardware. You lost me? I'm still live. Oh, I guess we did. Hold on. Let's try that again. I think we lost him. There. Yeah, I guess we did lose you. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
That's weird.
It is. Yeah, so you were recommend the frame? Was that G6?
I'm not sure what features exactly it supports. I know the biggest controversy with Samsung TVs, whether it's a cheap TV or a higher end TV. Oh, you're not on speakerphone. Hold on. There we are. The controversy is the software that comes with the televisions. They're selling ads in even their premium $1,000 plus TVs. So you get stupid ad space that they choose to sell you ads with, and that's the controversy. So it's like regardless of what you spend, you still get ads. It's almost like part of the premium you're paying for when you're getting an Apple is you don't get spyware, you don't get that crappy free virus protection that a lot of PC users have to deal with. Well, Samsung is saying, screw it, we still want your $1,000 or $2,000 for a television, and we're still going to sell you ads. So that's my thing about TVs, regardless of what you're spending. If I want a smart TV, I don't want, if I'm spending a premium, don't sell me your ads.
Yeah, I get those on the. I used to get those on the LG, but I've got a Pi hole on it. So
right.
That means I don't get Domino's ads when I turn it on.
Right.
So I blocked the ads with an internal ad blocker.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I get if they're selling an entry level one, and I mean, because that's the whole point of those Roku TVs, where Roku's built in. But that's. And then, of course, I haven't really. My mom hasn't complained about hers. I think that the software is a little more reliable, but they're $200 or $300 TVs. Their Samsung software is just buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, their entry level software. I don't know if they're paying less or outsourcing it to a cheaper venue, but their entry level sub $500 TVs, the Samsung software is glitchy.
Mhm. Oh. No, my PC's gone.
No, it crashed, huh?
Yeah. Oh, is it back? Yeah, it's gone.
Oh. Which are you using? DVI? Are you using HDMI for the screen?
No, DisplayPort.
DisplayPort. Yeah, I know there's a few features that DisplayPort had, and I don't know why HDMI took off because of that. Because technically, it's like the better technology. But hey, whatever.
Well, no, because the LG C1 is basically the best LG TV you can buy at the minute.
Yeah.
it has G-Sync in it.
Okay.
You can do it over HDMI 2.1.
Right.
Or something like that.
Right.
So I've got a fiber HDMI cable now.
Got it.
It's like 5 meters.
Right.
And it goes all the way from the TV to my PC, so when I want to do that 4K, I can just put it up there. But PC's being pretty weird at the minute, still.
Got it.
Just trying to understand what's doing it. When it works, it works. Hey?
Right.
And my dad bought a Samsung TV. He bought one of the entry-level 4K ones. No, it's not real 4K. It's got a 4K panel, but the stuff that runs it's terrible.
Uh-huh.
And I just couldn't stand it. It gets ads and the remote lags and all the rest of it.
Right.
So it's more just a TV for, just watching, like aerial or satellite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I really hope this doesn't happen all the time with this computer.
Well, I think in the coming months, as you get more and more updates, I mean, that's the bigger issue. Not only are you paying a premium for being an early adopter, you're also paying for glitchiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Literally, the keyboard, like all the USB ports, just turn off.
Oh, really?
And then the computer's still on.
Uh-huh.
So it's like the USB, because all the fans in my PC, the animations are done by IQ.
Right.
And that's driven by a USB header on the motherboard.
Yeah.
But all the USB ports just turn off, so that means the animations stopped working.
Right.
But the computer was still on, so figure that out.
Got it.
That's great. Yeah.
Cool.
All I'm trying to do is download I had to re-download my game.
Yeah.
Because it won't open.
What do you mean you
Now
have...
the other game won't open either. Even though it was opening.
Uh-huh. You're operating off an M2 that's bolted to the board, right?
The what, sorry?
You're operating off an M2, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The Samsung Evo 970.
Right, so basic terabyte. Got it. Yeah, that's my go-to drive.
Just 200 gig.
Oh, it's a 2 terabyte. The 1 terabyte is the one I usually sell for here in the States. It goes for about 130. I guess because of the chip shortages, they said that it's going to go up to like 150. So.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, Nick, I don't actually use this computer to do anything other than play Warzone.
Right.
So it does nothing. It doesn't do like browsing or video editing or it just literally plays Warzone.
Got it.
So it just plays Call of Duty and then gets turned off because that's all. So it doesn't actually have any data on it.
Right.
Just apart from Warzone. So it's kind of stupid, really, isn't it? But you have to have this type of power to get the frames.
Right.
So, yeah. I don't think an i9 is meant to be used for this use case, but,
Well, if you like the case, I mean, a case could potentially, if it's a nicer case, is going to last you a while. I mean, I was thinking of getting a higher end server case just because I like the double wide, just the space to move around.
PCI bus gen. Yeah, it doesn't say. My driver date for my graphics card's only 8 days old.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be this RAM. Because the thing was, I put the RAM in the first 2 slots. I had a slot, then a gap, then a slot, and it wouldn't boot. I moved the RAM over to gap, slot, and then it worked.
Right.
So I'm wondering if my motherboard's a bit, wonky.
Yeah, well, your BIOS is only a couple days old, so just keep an eye out for that latest update and see if it becomes a more reliable experience. And read.
Oh no, my BIOS. The BIOS got updated 2 days ago.
Oh right. Yeah, I was wondering. That's why I was asking you about the date in which it was available. Has it been available for weeks or days?
No, it's only been available. I'll find out. Hang on.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. If it's a brand new output, then you're gonna have to wait a little bit. But if that latest version's been available for a couple months, you might get a new one any day.
Yeah, I mean the internet's broke now. See, network card just gone.
Right. Oh, that's why you put. Yeah.
bad.
Does that
Pretty
thing have
bad.
built-in Wi-Fi? Then,
Yeah, it has Wi-Fi, but I mean it's.
yeah,
I don't
obviously you
know,
want to avoid Wi-Fi whenever possible, but still, you could, if you find that your Ethernet is buggy, maybe the Wi-Fi is technically more reliable.
True. Try it. Support. Here we go.
The other thing you could try is, do you have any of the? You could potentially use one of those USB converters, so you can take your Ethernet to USB.
Oh yeah, I have that, but then my USB ports keep turning off.
Oh, well, yeah, you get that problem too. Wait, your USB? Have you? What about the USB-C? Does the USB-C also turn off?
I haven't tried. I've only
Okay.
had it on 4 hours.
Because what I have is one of these. I got a dongle that has Ethernet here, and then it's USB-C here. This is how I deal with every lap. This is how I cover my bases to make sure any laptop that comes in here can take anything I need to plug into it.
Yeah.
So I got one of these laptop docks. It does HDMI, 2 USB-As, 1 USB-C, camera memory, HDMI. So I've had this thing for a while. But you could try that just as an experiment.
I have that. I have a dongle.
Okay.
The Apple one.
I don't know if does the Apple one work natively with Windows 10 or 11?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, because I know the PC ones don't work with Apple.
No, the PC ones don't. No, but the Apple ones do. They update them via the App Store.
Right.
Plug them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my motherboard came out on the 2021
Right.
10th month 2029 days.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah.
And then the newest BIOS is this year, the 2nd to the 15th.
Right.
So like three or something days old.
Right.
Yeah, it says improved compatibility for DDR5.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess they just gotta fix it.
Do you have any slower memory you can make more reliable?
No, if I turn XMP off, it will run at 4,600, which is still, faster than what I was on.
Right.
And it kind of defeats the object, really, because I didn't need more cores, I just wanted faster RAM.
Yeah, but I mean, it's interim. I mean, you're going to get more reliability with future updates in the coming weeks or months.
Mm-hmm. Do you hear about Apple's new excuse with the AirPods?
What was going on? I mean, the AirPods have always been sketchy as far as reliable. Why?
Yeah, well, I bought a pair of AirPods, brand new.
Right.
They worked for like a month. I go to use them now, and because they keep updating the fucking phones, they've glitched the AirPods software on the 13th.
What? Well, my biggest peeve, CarPlay in my car. Every time I'm on the phone with a person, I hang up, and then the audio goes to another source sort of randomly.
Really?
Yeah, it's so stupid. I don't know if it's a CarPlay version issue, because it might also be a Bluetooth issue, because it's an issue whether it's physically plugged into the USB or connected by a Bluetooth. And I know before I had a car with CarPlay, Bluetooth has always been an issue with the same sorts of issues, and with different versions of iOS and different pieces of hardware. So I've got multiple different stereos with Bluetooth, and multiple different pieces of phone hardware, and multiple versions of the phone software. And they just refuse to fix this stupid bug. It must be the profile or whatever I'm special to, because I haven't seen this issue across the board. But my particular phone, always, if I'm on the phone with you, as soon as we hang up, it goes right to AM radio or whatever the phone is storing audio for.
That's really annoying. It's like you need a dedicated phone just for CarPlay.
Yeah, well, I don't understand what the issue is, because it's Bluetooth, whether it's because CarPlay, only works if it's physically plugged into the USB. It doesn't technically work. You can general Bluetooth to your car stereo, but CarPlay is not a wireless technology.
The Hyundai series is.
Is it actual CarPlay? Because I know technically there's gimmicky gadgets that are available that are not Apple certified hardware.
Apple CarPlay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
The Hyundai, the Marvel series is wireless CarPlay.
Interesting. I don't know if that's a new implementation, because when I had mine installed, I specifically asked them if it was a USB only technology.
I think it's a security thing as well. Like, your car has to have all this shit in it to get to get it.
Right. Obviously, it's not like I have a Toyota, but it's an aftermarket Alpine stereo.
No,
So I don't have any of that Toyota shit in my way.
I see.
Yeah. You know what a Scion XB is?
Still doing it. Hey?
You know what a Scion XB is?
Psionic? No idea.
Well, I don't know if it's available and they're just rebranding it for Toyota in your market or if it never was available over there, but it's basically a really boxy, very entry-level Toyota.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess wireless CarPlay would have to be actually with the car. The sat nav would have to come in the car.
Yeah, a cheaper car that over here just doesn't come with any. Well, you come with a very. You have a stereo because at some point several years ago they mandated that all cars. I forgot exactly what year it is, but in the last several years, all cars were mandated to have a rear camera. Which means obviously it doesn't make sense for them not to give you at least an upgrade in stereo at that point. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean you get CarPlay.
Oh, even though the steering wheel has the button on it.
Yes, I do the volume with the. I generally don't have to touch, especially with my disability, having to touch the stereo itself. I don't have to anymore.
Yeah.
That was a nice upgrade. They asked me, "Do you want to spend the extra $50 for the wiring harness to hook up your steering wheel?" It's like, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, do it all.
Yeah, and then I think they also did the camera in the back because my model did not have the rear camera, so that was a nice upgrade. Now I feel like I'm more capable of interacting with professionals because I get people calling me and I can't safely answer the phone otherwise.
So that's my philosophy with this computer thing. I might as well just put the i9 in it.
Right.
Because, in like a couple of years' time, I'm going to have to undo all the cable ties, all the wires, to get the cooler off, to replace it, and then reinstall it all.
Right.
So just put the best thing you can get in it,
Right.
in it, and then just put up with it,
Right.
So I'm going to have to spend, if I was to get the i7, it would be fine, but then might as well just, pay that extra and just get it done with.
Right.
Yeah. It may not be feasible for everybody, but if you can do it, it's the best way, I think.
Yeah.
So you're getting the best thing for the platform. You spec out the CPU, you can't go any higher. So, same with your car, right? You want that wiring harness to get the feature.
Right, and it's not.
To add it in afterwards, and you have to pay him again to do it.
Right.
Or just do it in one go.
Well, I just don't want the unreliability. I'd love to do CarPlay wirelessly, but if it's already wired and unreliable, I'm not going to add to the complexity and make it less reliable. That's the other thing. It's because I don't know if it's because I got lint in the receptacle for the phone, but the cable only gives me some features in one direction. Like CarPlay doesn't trigger necessarily, but it'll charge. So you know how you get several pins on either side of the cable? Well, those pins are feature based, so the CarPlay only works if there's no dirt in the way.
Ah, lovely.
And the cable itself looks like it's nice and clean, so it's got to be some booger I've got in the phone receptacle.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I upgraded my phone from an XR to a 12 Pro because my XR started rebooting randomly.
Yeah, I noticed you had another phone.
Yeah.
How'd you like the 12 Pro?
Well, it just feels like a faster, more snappy phone than the XR, and the camera's a little bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what other features it has that I would actually notice.
No, I noticed no difference between the 12 Pro Max and the Pro Max.
Well, I have the Pro. I think the Pro Max has a bigger sensor because it's a bigger phone for the camera.
Well, funny story, I've actually turned off ProMotion on my phone.
Yeah.
I've also turned off the motion controller.
Yeah.
I've also turned off...
You do that for battery?
Hey?
Did you do that for the battery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually get, I would say, 2 days worth of battery now.
Yeah.
A full 2 days. I've been on my phone today 9 hours and 17 minutes.
Right.
And I've still got 70%.
Right. Yeah, I just basically turn off my notifications. That helped a lot, and then turn on the brightness on the screen. I can get a whole day. That's really enough.
Yeah. What else have I done? So basically, I have 12 Pro Max again, essentially,
Right.
because I turned off the main. Oh, and also I turned off 5G as well.
Oh, right. Yeah. 5G is a more American feature. I think it's more available here. Or do you know if I'm right?
No, over here it's coming quite wide now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we've got a bigger country, so
hmm
yeah.
I've just it says here 5G also uses battery. So
Yeah.
basically I just put 4G on.
Right.
My battery life now is just insane. It just
Nice.
keeps going. It doesn't die.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I'll upgrade to the 14.
Right. I might. I mean, it'll be a 2-year upgrade or maybe a 3-year upgrade. So I think 3 years is where you get enough of a bump. And of course, I've always accrued my data. I'm probably due for a memory upgrade.
Mm-hmm. There's just no difference between, like, I was using my 10s Max, which I sold to a person that I do some internet stuff for.
Yeah.
I was using his, and it was still fast, like so fast, unbelievable.
Right.
And then I used my mum's boyfriend Simon's his 11 Pro
Yeah.
Mac. It's fine. So it's basically just me being like, I want the best phone.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know if I was to load all my stuff on it with lights and all that, I don't know if it would become slower, because they're like just normal users. They don't do anything with them.
Right.
So it's not really thinking about much.
Right.
Yeah. Right, let's try play this game, because that's what I want to do. Now it's downloaded. Painful. Have nothing open. Let's see if it crashes again.
All right.
I might have to go buy another computer. Just so I can play the thing, right? If I can't play the games, then I'll have to go get a PlayStation 5 or something. You know?
Right. Yeah. Well.
Until these bugs have been fixed.
Yeah.
Because now, the good thing is, we're in a chip shortage, right?
Right.
But I have hardware in my house now.
Right.
So I'm already above everybody, you know, I'm on the next level with DDR5.
Right.
So I'm not too fussed if it doesn't work. I just go get a PlayStation, play the same game, just I won't be able to play it at the best until it's, you know, slimmed out.
Yeah.
So it just bugs me.
Right.
Oh, it's getting there. It's doing it. Alright, graphic quality, visual, definitely. Oh, no. No, it's not. It's not letting me play it. Does not want to know. That's strange. What do you think that would be for a driver?
Yeah, you're just gonna have to keep an update. Yeah, you're gonna have to keep an eye on all your updates available.
Mm-hmm. Funny enough, I'm actually speaking to a guy which has a PS5 for sale.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll get back into gaming when I got more time. I mean, when you're a sole proprietor, you're always getting pulled in 3 directions.
Mm. Not enough time.
Right.
The thing is, you got a Thunderbolt on your laptop. You have, haven't you?
Yeah. You mean the USB-C Thunderbolt? Yeah.
Yeah. How many cores does your laptop have?
We'll look it up. We'll have to look it up. I don't remember. Let's see here. Let's look it up. Lenovo Gaming 3. There we are. Let's go. There we are. Okay, so I think, no, that's not the one. Oh, this has been upgraded. That's not the one I got. Oh, is it? Yeah, this was upgraded. I didn't pay that much, because, let's see here. IdeaPad Gaming, oh, I got the AMD version. That's not the one I have. AMD. There you are. I think, yeah, there you are. That's the one I got.
You showed me on your live stream.
Yeah.
I've got to load it all back up. So my computer keeps crashing.
Well, I didn't even realize how beneficial adding a second scene is now. Holy crap!
Oh,
That's
okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So you've got 11th gen. Oh, you've gone. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't come. Mine came with a 500
okay.
gig drive, not the terabyte. It looks like it had the option for a 1 terabyte mechanical.
It looks like you've got 6 cores. So if you got Thunderbolt on it, what you could do is just get an eGPU enclosure.
Yeah.
And just stick a better graphics card in it.
I suppose. Yeah, I've had that question before.
Yeah, put some more RAM in it.
I did that. That's the first thing I did. I got 32 or 24 gigs. I forgot what I did, but that was the first upgrade I did.
Yeah, and just literally you could just one lead, bung that on the side, got your whole desk set up ready to go, just plug laptop in, boom, done.
Yeah.
That'd be the best way.
Yeah, I think I paid $750 for it. So there we go.
You can even do it in your motorhome.
Yeah.
How much is a graphics card box over there?
Oh, let's just go to Amazon and find out. Oh my God, this is so much easier to show you. What do they call that? A external.
Just put in like a
eGPU box. There you go. $300. Oh, that's for an M1 Apple. Sonnet. There you go. 750EX external GPU chassis, $350. $400 for a Razer Core X.
Yeah, the Razer cores are good.
There we
use
go.
those with the M1 minis as well.
Right.
So if you've got an AMD graphics card,
Yeah.
it'll work in both worlds then, because you can use it on the Mac Mini.
All right. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to really play games on an Apple. I don't know how many games there are available for the Apple.
No, so yeah, well, no, not really, but it's more of running the screens, and you can do more.
Oh yeah, you plug in multiple devices and things, right?
Yeah, it's got Ethernet. It's got the USB ports, like real ports. It's got all that on it.
Right.
You can even use it as like a storage box. It's just basically adds a PCI lane to whatever you want.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Well, that's a lot of money.
What are you talking about?
The Aurorus.
What did I miss? The Anchor, NVIDIA Shield, Sonnet, eGPU.
Bro, I want to fix this lag. This is terrible. I know how to fix it.
On you? What on my end? What lag?
Yeah, the delay.
Okay, so what do I need to do?
I can't remember exactly. I wouldn't be able to tell. I'd have to actually do it.
You want to log in? You want to log in remotely, or is that too much?
Yeah. Let's just see if AnyDesk wants to work.
Okay. Oh, you want to do AnyDesk? Okay, AnyDesk. Where am I going? There we are.
So annoying.
All right, here we are.
This is bad.
Yeah, well, hey, if you could fix it. I just figured because I was dealing with a cheap computer. A 5 or 6 year old computer at that.
Yeah, but we're not playing games though. We're just trying to stream like
an
image, so it's not really that demanding.
Well, I didn't know how demanding it might be to my internet, since I'm 100 meg up and down should be good.
I can stream in real time on about 2 up.
Yeah.
It's more than fine. Alright, let's have a look at this mess.
Yeah.
This is painful. Alright, you gonna click accept?
Accept.
Okay, wow. Let's have a look. Get rid of all this stuff in my way. How's the computer build coming along?
The one behind me, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't done it yet. I was gonna film you. I have filmed this, but then you shut up on the phone. You're more entertaining.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bad.
No, it's not.
Yeah. It's only because it's a lot of hassle, right?
Right. Well, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how to offer a more polished offering rather than me just plopping myself on camera. But obviously, I just don't have the time to give a professional, polished look. I figured if I was more busy, it would be fun because, like the other day, I had a customer sitting next to me, and I was teaching her how to turn on double authentication on her laptop, and it was a good interaction because she was obviously not savvy, and I was tactful about educating her, and it was information that's useful to anyone who's watching that interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm just not busy enough to have that consistently speaking.
You're gonna have to click on performance for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, seems pretty dated entry-level hardware, isn't it?
See, I remember you having a Dell
Yeah.
that had 4 and 8 threads in it.
Well, I've thrown out a few pieces of hardware. I don't know. Yeah, but I think I'm due for a building my own setup.
If you're using software, which is that, yeah. Let's have a look. I want to go advanced. Because I don't want to. Yeah, well, this is a lot of stuff.
Right.
You see, what I would do. Where is it? Where's your main scene?
The temporary. Okay, so there's my try. This one is my main, and then the temporary is the one I did today.
Wow. Yeah. So this is a display capture. So if you just like remove this. Yeah. So I don't want that.
Oh, you think that was at? Yeah.
I've done this a fair amount now. What's that? I haven't got this fit to so this would be your this one, would it be? There we go.
Oh yeah, that's a huge resolution.
I want to see you build this computer. You gotta entertain me for a bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to lunch.
Yeah.
It's lunchtime for me. I'm getting hungry, but I'm waiting for a customer to drop a computer off.
This logo is a bit like big if you ask me.
Right. Right.
Have a look at this.
It means a lot if you're a local, but if it's you or somewhere else, literally anywhere else on the earth, you don't know. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you kind of just bunged it on there because I guess it's just time constraint, right?
Right.
You need to, like, once you've figured it out, like this here now, you can actually see. You click the lock.
Right.
And what it does is it locks it so you can't mess it up.
You're correct. I knew that.
Yeah. Have you got a Stream Deck? That would be something that would be useful for you.
If I me, yeah, I was thinking of that. I just didn't know. Generally, they're about $1,000, right?
No, about 100.
Which Stream Deck are you talking about? Because the one I see advertised is $1,000.
No, Stream Deck's like a little keypad thing.
Oh, I do actually have a small. Yeah, I have a small one. The 6-button one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really come up with assignments for each button.
Well, if you got the lights, if you got the hue lights, you can assign it that, so you can do stuff. You can also assign it to Streamlabs. So if you want to switch the scene, so like if you want to show like a down point, you can just click it instantly.
Right.
And it will just switch the scene here.
Right.
Down count logo. Is this the shot camera? Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the table cam, whatever you call it. The down cam is what I've labeled it.
Okay, let's see. Let's go. So temporary. Just do this as like. What's this? New scene? Oh, this is. Then you have your end scene.
Right.
So basically, if you've got 6 buttons, right?
Yeah.
You want to have pretty much 6 scenes.
Right. Okay. Okay. See, I wasn't sure how to make good use of it. I figured I could figure it out when I had downtime.
No, you can do most of it live.
Right.
Hold on. Oh shit.
Oops. I bumped my camera.
Rename.
Oh, camera. Oh, I just screwed my camera up. It's my camera's janky. Can you right click on it and deactivate it and reactivate it? That fixes it.
What one are we looking at? This one?
Yeah, that one where it froze because I touched it. This camera has got issues. If I touch it, it'll freeze.
Right.
There we go. Yeah. I don't know why it does that.
Neither. You probably don't need a whole you probably don't need a PC. You probably just need to put a graphics card in this.
Oh, you mean because this is all I use this computer for, right?
Yeah, you just need to put in a low profile graphics card.
It's a full desktop. Doesn't need to be full partial profile.
Okay, yeah, just put one of those in it and then change it in here.
Right.
To where is it? Instead of using the software, just tell it to use the graphics card all the time.
Right.
Especially if you get an NVIDIA one, like a 1050 will do you, then you won't need to upgrade anything because you won't be using the cores.
Got it.
Yeah. I've locked all that. I was just trying to free up this. Is this a new install of Windows? Is it?
Fairly new. I mean, I'm probably due for yeah, this is Windows 10, by the way. This hardware is old enough to where it won't qualify for 11.
You not thought about doing this on the M1 Mini?
I guess we could.
I mean, it would definitely be.
Yeah, I don't use the Mini for anything other than data transfers, and since that's less of a request, since the modern laptops don't have removable memory, I don't really. I needed the Mac M1 because I needed a modern Mac.
Right. It's alright if you close this?
Yeah. What do you want to close?
The task manager.
Oh yeah. Go. Oh, you need me to do it because that's a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in here. Does it really do that now? Oh, Jesus. It's painful. Can you click settings and just change this to the fancy one? Yeah, the best performance.
Oh, you want me to do it up? All right. Oh, best performance, right? Oh.
Yeah. Then you gotta click apply.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because you're using the Intel Iris, right? So.
Right.
You're using system RAM, so less fancy stuff while trying to stream's better.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to click OK?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you don't have full access. Got it.
Yeah. It's very annoying.
Yeah, TeamViewer gives you more access out of the box.
No, it's probably not helpful that we've got like this one as well. Yeah. Another thing that you might be struggling, I can't do it, but another thing would be, where is it? Oh, we got this one. Oh, you haven't got power options in here. That's strange.
Like I said, it's very entry level.
Oh, I know you have. There you go.
I actually upgraded my audio and that fixed it too. My audio was a real problem for a while. So it's got a secondary audio card.
Right. What graphics cards do you have lying around?
You know what? Actually, I do have this one lying around. It's an MSI. It's very entry level, but it is dedicated. A GeForce 210. I think it was a $40 card.
210. That's probably about the same performance.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Hold on, I got someone at my door. I might go. How are you? Come on in.
I can wait.
No, it's fine. Okay, so we got an old machine.
And then, well, it's a rebuilt one, but it's not a new one.
Right, yeah, I see that. Okay, so the one in there is the new one. So where you want to get the data off of this one and onto here?
Correct.
So has any time been invested in this one, the new one?
What do you mean?
Has it been turned on and done set up or anything?
No, I haven't.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
And here's some
Yeah.
program stuff. She said, I don't know which
I'm
one.
going to have to do that because it's going to be tied to her email and all that.
Yeah.
So I can do that with either you at my side or her.
All right.
So we'll do that when she comes back. So I'm going to reinstall Windows.
All right.
Make sure it's a nice clean install.
All right.
Do all the updates, and then when either you or her come back, I can reinstall Office.
Okay.
And really, all she does is Office, right?
She used Dropbox and some other stuff.
Okay, well that's all stuff I can help her reinstall.
You got. I downloaded all the stuff that was on the screen
Right.
to that. So.
Okay.
But,
Oh, so there's nothing I need to transfer from here?
well, you can look at the program that's on there.
Well, the programs, again, I can't transfer programs. I can
Oh, you
transfer
can't?
data. I can help her reinstall programs because that has to happen manually.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't just move programs. You can only move data.
Okay.
So I'll get on this. I'll plug it in. I'll do all the updates. And then, yeah.
What
Cool.
do you think?
Today.
Yeah, what price?
Oh, price, $1 million. Got it.
No problem.
Cool. $100. Cool.
Cool.
Thanks.
I got to go take the car to a mechanic, so
Perfect.
it'll be a few hours.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chris.
Thank you. There we are. So, yeah, this GeForce 210 right here. You think that's too low end to be worth?
Yeah, if you something with like a bit more than that, like a 710,
Right.
and get a 710,
Yeah.
that would probably help you out quite a lot.
Right. Okay.
Be cheaper because I mean you're not gonna unless you start doing fancy graphics.
No. This is strictly a streaming computer. That's why I figured it's an old Dell just to kick around. I'll just dedicate that for the streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just put a graphics card in it, then you'll free up the stuff.
Yeah, as long as.
Close any desk and like make sure you do it from the triangle though.
Right.
Yeah.
The 710 doesn't use auxiliary power, right?
No, it's the same as the card you just had in your hand.
Yeah. Oh, just with the faster chip. Got it.
Mhm.
Got
It's got the 2 gig of VRAM as well. You can get some with fans on it and whatever.
Right. This actually, it's a half card, but it's got a full adapter on it. So it's got the small or the full support. It's got support for either a small configuration or full. So yeah, I'll probably get a 710. God, I didn't realize just doing that scene selection is so much easier.
Now you sign it to your Stream Deck, then you just click a button in front of you, right?
Yeah, I got the 6 buttons to choose from. Sure.
Let's have a go at this PC. It's so much fun.
Yeah, let's. Oh, you want me to go to the PC? You know what? Are you gonna be here in 9 hours ahead? I gotta eat lunch. It's noon here.
Gotta, do something with that. Why don't you take his RTX card and put it in your Dell?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That will liven up the live stream.
Yeah. I think my power supply wouldn't be able to handle it, and I guess being an entry level Dell with an entry level or a stock power supply, I wouldn't have the auxiliary power.
Yeah.
All right. So if you still want to do this after lunch, we can screw around with it.
Are you gonna live stream it though?
Yeah,
Actually, make a full,
yeah. That's
make
what
a scene
I was
with
gonna
the
live stream
camera.
that. I'm sorry. Say that again.
If you make a scene
Yeah.
with just the camera on it,
Right.
of the work bench camera,
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it. What did you do here? You got rid of that other scene. Okay, so let's add a scene. We'll call it the workbench scene.
Mm-hmm.
There we are. Okay, so now
you can go back to your other scene and just copy it, the camera, instead of fiddling with it. You can actually copy it, the element, and just import it into your new scene.
Okay, so hold on. Be right back. Ending soon. Where is it?
Main.
Oh, you re-enabled it. All right. Okay, so what do you mean by copy?
You can actually go onto the camera, so the
Down
camera that you want, and
down.
just copy the camera, and then go back to your other scene.
How do I copy it? Oh, copy right here, right?
Yeah, and then you can just paste them into your new scene.
Really? Wow. Okay. Oh, sweet. Nice. So now I should make that bigger. Oh, it's locked. You got it locked up, probably. Yeah, it's locked. Hold on. Now we can make.
Yeah.
Now I can make it bigger like this. Yes. There we are. Right next to the vintage stereo. Sweet. Yeah.
What are you gonna get for lunch?
I don't know yet. Anything. I'd kind of burn out on the sandwich shop next door. Obviously, you can imagine I'm there a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But I'll be back in less than an hour.
Pasta.
Pasta? That would put me into pasta would put me into a food coma. That's a lot of sugar.
Pasta and some like cheese and some meat.
They got fried chicken over at Gelson's. That's a nice easy way to they've got some nice greasy fried chicken over there.
Mm-hmm. You need to fit. You need to go transform and fit to screen because you've left a black bar around it.
Oh, right click. Where's the fit to screen feature? I forgot.
Transform. Or if you click on the live image.
Yeah, right click.
Transform.
And then transform. And then stretch to screen. There we are. Perfect. All right, so let's get on. I don't have to hit apply or anything. That'll remember it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd do that. Yeah, you just need to get a graphics card, I would say.
Yeah.
Just hand off the transcode to a graphics card would do you better.
All right. Cool. So
your system builder here did do something right.
What?
He did take two-phase power out of the. I think it looks like it's got two power cables going into the GPU.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what I was joking about. That won't work in my machine. Yeah. Yeah.
Slightly confused on where the air's meant to be coming from though, because there's no intakes at the front. It's all just sucking out. I mean,
no, actually, no, you can't see. Hold on, I'll turn it around. You can't. There are. Here. There are. You see those fans, or is that? Yeah, you can see those. So that is where the intake is. It is the front.
They're a little bit behind.
All right. Oh, all right. Let me see. Can I turn this? No, that glass doesn't come off, but you can see through it. So I got 3 fans in the front.
Oh, there we go. He's doing it now. There we
go. So it does actually have fans in the front and one in the back, and then the 2 on the bottom underneath the cooling.
That's a strange case. Why wouldn't you just mount it at the front?
I guess I could do that. Yeah, I could remove. Although
no. I meant like, why wouldn't the other guy just mount it at the front?
Well, I can tell you, there's no filter. Yeah, the backside has a bigger vent on it. Yeah, it's got a protected, like a dust cover on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have that on the front.
Well, go get lunch, but that's how you do Streamlabs. And then essentially you just need to assign your Stream Deck to the scenes in the plugin tool.
Okay, let's figure that out when I get back from lunch.
Yeah.
You still gonna be up? I know you. It's nighttime for you. Are you still gonna be around in an hour?
I guess so, if my computer still works.
All right, cool. All right, let me get.
I've got no mouse. So